Have you ever thought about running a social experiment? Not in a lab, but with a country, hundreds of millions of people involved. It's kind of happen every time when a government launches a new policy impacting you. Well, one of the famous experiment, which I'm sort of a participant, is China's one-child policy. Hi, I'm Eileen, a digital nomad. Right now, I'm in Thailand at Chiang Mai University. Let's take a walk together and chat more about it. 47 years ago, when China's population is about to hit 1 billion, our country was poor, facing challenges like food shortage and famine. Our leaders were worried that the population will continue to double every 2 decades, so they come up with a quick fix, one-child policy. It's like hitting the brake hard and sudden, and it worked too well, and we're still paying its price today. Few generations of kids all grow up together as single child that will shape your personality. And those kids today makes up the backbone of China's economy. That means they shape China's personality. How things work in welfare system, government, and the social norms. Today's video, I want to chat with you about who we are and what makes who we are. But before that, first thing first, like baby boomers, lost generation, I think we deserve our name, and I'll call us the Solo Panda. Solo Panda were born into a family structure of 4-2-1 model. That's 4 grandparents, 2 parents, 1 child. So 6 adults' entire emotional and financial investment all focus on 1 kid. On the one hand, we're like panda, rare, spoiled, protected, showered with all the love, attention, and resources. On the other, you are expected to carry the whole family's pride and hope. You're the family's future, their only shot, and there's no plan B. That influences parenting. Some solo panda can feel they get conditional love, or what I call love as performance. The parents express their love through sacrifice instead of affection. You do well, get praise and rewards, because it's not just personal achievement. You make the family proud. Mess up, you feel like you're letting everyone down. Not just parents, but also grandparents. It's hard to judge or say the parents are wrong or cruel. Most of them experienced hard time back in the 60s or 70s. When there's not enough food for everyone, you don't think about how can I be different, express myself, be unique. You think about how to outperform others so you get to eat. And for our parents, they will prioritize the material security for kids over their emotional needs. And to be honest, I don't think there's a concept like mental health back then. For them, it's simple. I want to make my kids have a better life, and that means do well in school so you get a better job. That covers into hardworking, ambitious, and disciplined adults, but also perfectionist, risk-averse, and have the constant sense that one mistake can collapse everything. Because failure is kind of like betrayal, or you've wronged 6 persons' contribution. And later, we slowly leave family to school. Because there's no siblings, we really long for connection, and we find the friends in school. Together, we understand each other, and we take study as an escape. And here's the interesting thing. When everyone is the single child. Loneliness become a quiet background noise. We don't want to be different, stand in the spotlight, stand out. Instead, we create small tight groups and stay close, stay within. That's why we don't build digital stages like Instagram, but we build these digital villages like WeChat. And school comparison were made simple. Just like students, they were just ranked by academic results. And that will lead to a bit of vicious circle. Longer and longer hours in school. In some extreme areas, high school can start from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And I got some friends asking me, do I hate school because it sounds so stressful? Not at all. Well, it may sound weird, but as long as I'm hanging out with my friends, I don't really see the difference whether it's in McDonald's, Starbucks, or the school library. And whether you're gossiping about a celebrity or just discussing how to solve a math problem, it's still spending time with your friends. I probably make us sound really nerdy. We still do silly things too. When we graduate, we enter the workplaces, where again, everyone was the top center treasure of their own family. So imagine an office where everyone is smart, driven, and secretly afraid of failure. That's, yes, gonna mean longer hours, but it also created the most driven, productive workforces in history. And then you get to see the world-class digital payment system like Alipay, WeChat Pay, high-speed rail networks, tech innovative startups, and the worldwide manufacturing power. I don't think these were accidents. They were powered by Solo Panda, who work in the late nights, in the weekends, sacrificing their personal time, and they strive for success. The Solo Panda's desire for success has been the greatest economic engines for China. But that comes with a cost. Overwork, burnout, and the whole society running too fast to stop and brace. We were engineered for efficiency, optimize for outcome, but not so much taught about why or the meaning. That's why lots of Solo Panda may still feel lost even they're successful. Because you're fulfilling your family's dream, but you don't know what's your dream. And there's another unforeseen consequence, is gender imbalance. In less educated rural area, boys were preferred. And that can mean gender selective abortion, abandoned baby girls. So those Solo Panda girls, they grow up under extra pressure, trying so hard to prove they're as good as men. But they are also the most successful, educated women you will see walking the street in Shanghai and Beijing. For those boys, they were raised believing they are superior than the other gender, overprotected, and very dependent on the family. If you heard about China's declining marriage rate, this mismatch is one of the reasons. For women, they opt out. They never feel belonging to a family anyway, not gonna build one with a boy believing he's born better. For boys, they are outnumbered with 30 million, so they don't get to pick. But for those Solo Panda who choose to build family and have kids, the Solo Panda babies will have no cousins, no uncles, and no aunts. But They grew up in a completely different China. Not the poor survival mode one, but a wealthy modern superpower who having totally different challenges. So the experiment isn't over. It's just in different phase. And even I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm still in it. Well, that's today's video because I am at the lake. Tell me your thoughts and what you want to see next so we can chat one more time. Let's talk soon.